Namaste from Haamro Ghar. We are located in Mirik, and today we wanted to share some old, untold stories of Mirik and Mirik Lake, which you may or may not have heard about. Mirik Lake, also known as Sumindu Lake, is a 1.25 kilometers artificial lake with a park-like garden adjacent to it. And the lake is clearly, undoubtedly, one of the most visited places, the first place you would visit when you arrive in Mirik. For its boating facilities, there's horse riding available. It's like this nice, cool hangout place where you have places to eat and you can just walk around. I like to call it the heart of our town, Mirik. Now, this park-like garden, not many people actually know, has been named after Savitri Devi, and there's a bridge which is about 80 feet long, which we call Indrani Pool, which was named after Indrani Thapa. Now, both Savitri Devi and Indrani Thapa were martyrs who were not in their teens, they're very young, and they volunteered to strap their bodies around with bombs and stand in front of the enemy's tank to protect Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. And this was a time when he was trying to escape from the British. In fact, it was Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose who gave Savitri Devi her name when they were in Sabarmati Ashram in Gujarat. Her real name was Helen Lepcha, and she was from Kurseong, which is another neighboring hill station town about 35 kilometers away from here. Now, Mirik is said to have got its name from the Lepcha language Miryok, which means a place burnt by fire. But there is little or none documented evidence to sort of show us how this came to be. In fact, there is very little association or reference of Mirik even with regards to British history. The town that we see today was just a large expanse of deserted land, and the only time that the British have used Mirik was to land a plane or as a polo ground to play their sport polo. Then, when Major Lloyds and Dr. Chapman were sent by the East India Company to Darjeeling to sort of live here and to see how viable the environment really was to build a sanatorium, which of course in Darjeeling became a hill station retreat later for the British. But the story is that when Major Lloyd got discharged from his duties in the army for some of his misdeeds, he then later spent some of his retirement time later in Mirik, and it is said that some of his descendants still live here and share his surname Lloyd. There's also a mention of a certain Mr. Lingwood who married a Nepalese woman here in Saurini, which is a tea estate about 6 kilometers away from Mirik town. And he played a major role in helping contribute for building a high school here. In fact, my mother says that she does remember instances of seeing some of his granddaughters when she was in school. And talking about tea estates, it's very interesting to see how Mirik has turned into a tea estate town, because Mirik was majorly just a farmland, with a background in just farming and agriculture. And it was very far away from the Darjeeling Himalayan railway link that the British had made. So it's ironical and interesting to see how Mirik today, if not more, has as much as Darjeeling has of the tea plantations. There are about 11 tea estates in and around Mirik just today. But the first tea plantations were when Dr. Campbell actually gave a certain Nepalese man from Nepal by the name Dakman Rai some freehold lands as a token of appreciation for helping him to bring some thousands of immigrants from Nepal to work as labor in the tea plantations. And those tea plantations came to be what we see as the Saurini Tea Estate and the Faguri Tea Estate today. And then in recent history, in 1985, there was a Nepali movie from Nepal by the name Kusume Rumal, a very popular one, which had a song that they shot here, which featured the artificial lotus flower fountain that used to be in the middle of the lake years ago, which is why we still sort of get tourists from our neighboring country in Nepal. And so, yeah, so these are some of the stories of Mirik which not many people actually realize when they are here to spend a holiday or a vacation or some time. But it's nice to see how Mirik has a history of its own when we turn through some of the old pages. And so hopefully the next time you're here in Mirik to for a holiday, you could probably see Mirik with a different perspective.